So, I've been thinking about it while doing my processing. And I realized maybe I didn't make it clear that I could use some genuine support in the 3D. I have lots of support in the 5D in the spirit realms, lots. I feel so supported actually by my guides, my allies, and by my benevolent ancestors. I very much do. That's why I'm able to sit here and calmly speak these words to you. Though, since most of the people who have been called towards what I'm talking about only feel like the only help they have is to offer advice that I have not asked for, to which they seem to believe me negligent in understanding, I want to be clear. Right now, I am not asking for your advice unless it meets one condition. You believe me, and you are willing to publicly stand with me through all the absurdity, even if I lose, even if you go down with me, because it's the right thing to do. Now, because I know not a lot of you have the bandwidth to sit and have listened to some of my longer videos and posts about this, I'm going to give you the short version. And I'm going to have faith that you're going to believe me. And that all those questions about maybe I'm wrong or maybe I'm deluded by decades of abuse or anything, that you're going to check yourself and recognize that's very sexist. And if you're thinking that way, that's because you have been traumatized and it's still working. Because women are not slaves to emotional hysteria. We are not all just jealous exes trying to do stuff. Some of us actually do genuinely care about children, about good adults, about even the bad adults. That is me. Most of the problem right now, for me lacking the 3D support, is that none of y'all believe I exist. You all want to lean into the ways you've been conditioned to believe by the people that you say have hurt you and that you want to change the world for. And realistically, most of you have never really expanded yourselves too far out of your comfort zone socially to have met other people just like me. Not that I'm comparable, I'm not. I am my own person, I always have been, and I am finally learning to love that. But here's the deal I have approximately, between my family and my person's family, Rudy, my children's families, who have been abusing people, including me and my children, who have threatened my life and their lives. I have evidence for most of this, though not all of it, because people like that are typically very good at making sure there's not a lot of evidence. I need you to believe me on this, okay? This has been something that's been ongoing. My own family is not helpful. They do not believe me. They believe things about me that are based on projections of their own traumas. They're not helpful. I told them to stay out of it. They probably won't. They will probably make more problems. My person, who I need you to believe me when I say he is a good person, regardless of the ways he's acting. Because, do you know why he's acting the way he's acting? He doesn't believe a good person like me could exist either, and he has given up because he's been that fucking abused since he was little. Just like y'all want to tell me that you are, and that's why you can't help. That's my children's father. That's my best friend. That's the man that I love no matter how he treats me. And no, honey, I'm not having bad boundaries with him. We're not in direct relationship right now because I had healthy boundaries. And I pulled myself out of it before it became a marriage like that, because he's got a lot of people from my family and his family who are threatening him, who are blackmailing him, who have hurt him, who have pushed him into hurting them so that they can use that against him. He is afraid for me, for our kids, for his daughter, and for himself. I have total empathy for that, just like I have when many of you have come to me in similar situations. Most of you got out of them based on the one simple thing that I believed in you. And I said, you've got this, right? Now, I have told the truth about these people all over Facebook, on my Facebook page. Some of them engaged, and I did tag them and called them in about their own BS. The rest were not on my friends list. I do not stay friends with people who are not my friends. I do not keep in contact with them no matter what people might think of me about it. I do not stay in contact with them because I am worried about what other people will think. They've been off of my friends list for a long ass time. I told the truth about them partly for my own emotional healing because it's healthy. I had a big old trauma response. I let myself have a big old trauma response that I've been holding in all my life. 35 years old. I let myself have that trauma response. I let myself throw a beautiful, spectacular fit all over my Facebook page. I asked my 16-year-old if I could include him in that with his page. He said yes, because even though he'd prefer not to have the theatrics and drama, he has been the most hurt. I'm talking about people that have intentionally said shitty things to him, that have told his father to tell him that he's not his own responsibility. That's on Facebook. He shared the text. His aunt, his brother's sister, the one who everybody thinks is so good, she's the one who told his dad, while his dad is exhausted and surrounded by people that put knives under his pillows and crazy make him and gaslight him until he doesn't trust anyone. He currently has our 10-year-old, and they are attempting to prove me unstable. While I am saying, I have faith in you, even in your instability. I have that much faith in you, even if you lie to me, even if you give in to all those bullies, because I basically handed him back all of the shadows he was carrying, not to punish him, but because I have that much faith in him, that after spending his 43 years of life stuck in with these people abusing him, that he is ready to stand up in it. Though you know what? I understand why he hasn't yet, because where are you to support me? Where is your belief that I am a good person that is worthy of your support? Now here's the deal. If you have some advice for me that does not include doubt, I don't want to hear that you don't think I can win. I don't want to hear about all the lists of things, of legal stuff that these pirates and potatoes could do to me. I'm well aware. Okay? I've been a legal advocate before. I have family that are into law. None of them are helping me, by the way. But I'm very well aware of what could happen. Especially with pirates who are unwilling to own the nastiness that they have put out into the world and how they have abused children and adults and themselves. Here's the other thing. I'm not looking to punish anyone. I don't want any money. I don't need Rudy to be in relationship with me. I don't need anybody to go and do anything nasty to these people. I would never ask for that. That is not me. I am a real person in this world who exists, who genuinely feels that way. If you've watched anything that I put up, you see that despite the absurdity and the abuse, I am actually grateful for all of these people. What I would like is for them to get real assistance, therapeutic, mental health professionals. What I would like overall is for them to actually decide to be the good people that they have wanted to feel like for forever and have not been, because they felt like, what was the point if the rest of the world is so fucked that their own parents did not help them, or belittled them, or body shamed them, or you name it, or were narcissistic, or molested them, or raped them, or whatever shit, right? Now, here I sit. I'm standing here, like, metaphorically naked, okay? My 10-year-old is with my 43-year-old person. He's already been creepy touched by Tina, the person that, one of the people that pushed him into eloping with her. She has taken a kid from the res. She love bombed him and tricked him into believing his life would be so much better if they adopted him so she could trap my kid's dad there with her. She told my kid's dad that she just needed him to sign as, financial support because it was her thing. And guess who takes care of that kid most of the time now? Yeah, it's not her. Guess who takes care of her kids most of the time? It's not her. I could go on and on. Though the simple truth is, if you would listen to my story and not see how many people really need your help in this, because you think I might just be jealous. Even though if you look at it logically, what's there to be jealous of? I did not need to hold this man for 15 years. He stayed with me. Do you know how hard it was to get him to go so he would grow up? We didn't break up. We were supposed to do a separation. I'm well aware of who he is, where his maturity level is, where his healing level is. I'm not concerned with the rest of that because I have faith in him. And while I have immense faith in all of you watching this and who will watch this, I have more trouble having faith in y'all. Because many of you, both on this channel and on my Facebook and in my real life, have either asked me for help that I have given in one form or another, or you have benefited off of my light through my channel, through my readings, through my astrology, through my time, through my attention. So many of you have told me that you felt supported through quarantine by my amusing posts, by my videos. And a lot of you have been people that, even if I was late to come and help you or come join you, I was still there. And I owned my lateness while you were sitting there judging me, not knowing what goes on in my life, not being sensitive that I am neurodivergent. And many of you have shit-talked me to other people so you could feel better about it. Or maybe you took issue to something that I ideologically believe in that differs from what you believe in because you don't know what information I have. And you feel triggered by all the people who don't have a lot of information. And so you assume that I am one of them too. And then you look for any potential weakness that you could find so that you don't have to feel bad if it turns out I was right and that you went along with everybody else when you could have been that person saying, hey, maybe we could think about this. There's been a lot of people in my life. It's funny because in going through therapy and in listening to everybody say, do what is best for me and my children, well, one, they're not doing the same, and two, they don't know what that means for me. Only I get to choose what that means for me. But here's the thing. I can be as rational, as stable, as justified, as righteous as possible. If y'all love the light that I bring into your life, then I need your help. I don't need your advice. I don't need you to tell me I might lose. I need you to stand by me. I need you to share my videos. I need you to tell me you believe in me 100% and show it by doing it publicly. I need you to leverage your power. Many of you on this channel are people that have pretty important channels with lots and lots of followers. Some of whom could help me more than your share could. Though, unless you share it, doesn't help any, right? Many of you also connected to legal authorities. You might question whether or not they believe me, though you could probably go through them to find somebody who would believe me. Many of you are very important politically in the communities that we are a part of, that I have helped with, volunteered with. Do you know how many arguments that Rudy and I have shared because he felt like I was giving too much attention 2 different organizations that I volunteered to help. Seattle Hump Fest is one. Libertarians of Washington, there's another one. The spiritual communities I'm a part of. I'm not going to list them, but you know which one you met me in. Big and small. I have been there. I'm horse rescues, teaching kids soccer, doing everything, helping people unload pods and clean dishes and clean houses. I have offered my skills and services to people anywhere from free to exceptionally cheap. Do you know how many people I have had that have simultaneously taken advantage of the low prices that I had? I have no animosity towards it, but then also told me I should charge more because what I'm doing is worth far more. You know how many people? A lot. Most people. You know how many people that Rudy has helped? Either because of me or just because he's a fucking helpful person. Do you know how many people, those of you that are watching this, that I've asked him to come and tow your car, either for exceptionally cheap or for free? Do you know how many people come to him every fucking day? Do you know that despite our arguments, when my dad calls him and asks him for help in towing a vehicle, fixing something, any of it, he still helps? How many of you can say the same? I need your support. I need media attention. I need to go viral. I need financial assistance. I need donations. I need to be able to get my oldest son, who wants to stay with me, into a stable environment that's not surrounded by hoarded shit from my parents who keep trying to scare him into turning against me. I need a lot of assistance. I need people that are like, hey, I have a safe place where you can stay if you ever need it. Hey, I don't have much room, but you can put your RV on my land and be there with your son. Hey, I have an extra room. Would you guys like to share it, or would your son like it and you could sleep on the couch? Just like I have offered to other people. And I'm about to do something pretty incredible. I'm probably going to tag a bunch of people in this video that either have helped me, even if only in believing me, or at least believing that there are some things that are bigger than winning or looking good. And to some of those people that are helping in other ways, because I'm not completely void of help, and it would be really victim-y of me to suggest that I am. Because first, I am very supported in spirit in the 5D, very. If you knew me, you would agree. Though I do have some 3D support. I just need more. I need more. I need you to be willing to help me. Okay? I need you to be willing to stand with me publicly. I need you to be willing to face your shadows to do that. Because, yeah, I've not been a 100% perfect person in my life, and neither of you, and that's how pirates and potatoes have kept us from speaking up when the moment is right. Okay? I need you to be willing to say, yes, I messed up in the past, and I own that too. And I'm still going to support this person. I'm going to give them aid. I'm going to share their story. I'm going to say that I believe them and actually do it. I'm going to hold myself to the integrity of actually believing them. Especially for any of you that enjoy and are a part of the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matters, anything that you find a valuable cause where you feel like people are not believed, either because of some factor of birth that they had no control over, or because you have been triggered in your life by people who have hurt you, so you only see other hurtful, broken people around you. If you're not willing to look past that and see me as an individual who is capable of existing and actually wanting goodness for everybody. Because what I would like is to make a big deal out of this, because there are a lot of children that I cannot speak about who are being hurt, who would be helped if I could make a really big deal out of this. And my own children are definitely top among them. I do not want their lives threatened. I have had people sent over to my house to steal my stuff and try to scare me into believing that my children might be stolen from my house. I have had people threatened to blow up a car that they were mad about because of some bullshit with an ex, with me and Rudy and my oldest son Eamon in it. I currently have people who are trying to suggest that me telling the truth about the ways that they have been being makes me unstable. And they will probably put every bit of effort that they have into taking me to court so that they can punish me more for speaking the truth about the nasty ways they have abused people. I need your help. I need your faith first and foremost. And in order to get there, you got to find faith in you. You got to believe that people in this world really do exist like me. And when you can find that faith and you can stand with me, I have every belief that every person that has been bullying me and threatening me, who's trying to escalate that, will also find themselves too. Because even if I'm the only motherfucker who believes it, I believe in everybody. I hold no animosity towards anyone. I need nothing from anyone except to heal so that we can create the world that we all tell everybody that we really want. Are you willing to stand with me? Are you willing to believe me? Are you willing to atone for the times in the past when you've not helped others and you knew you should have? By helping me and my children and a lot of children. I'm talking like at least 15 children that I know of personally, and more that I don't know personally but I've heard from, who have good adults in their lives who won't speak up because they're in similar situations to where I am. And people could end up getting more hurt if they don't have support. This is bigger than me or you. And this is the time. This is the call to action. This is the Paul Revere. The British are coming. Are you going to help? What side are you going to be on? You know, people talk about like what happened with the Holocaust. Are you going to be one of those people who gets in the back of the line and holds your hand up because you're more worried about your reputation, or that you might lose a few connections, or people might question your sanity? Are you going to be one of those people, or are you going to be one of the people that said, you know what? I'm going to stand by this person. I believe that people like this in the world really fucking exist, and I want to support them when they show themselves and when they find the courage to ask for help. Are you willing to be one of those people? Because guess what? I've been that person for many, many, many fucking people. That's why when there's a few people that got codependent with me and then acted like I did not help them, I can sit here and say, yeah, I did. And I'm also helping you by being a healthy person who's letting you go. Because if you fear losing connections, especially with somebody you find as valuable as me, you're much worse off for me to stay and enable you than you are if I say, I love you, thank you for being a part of my story, and goodbye for now. Because a lot of people don't have that kind of a good example in their lives. So, smoker and all, toker and all, life screw up and all, I'm asking you to help me. I hope that you do. If you don't, I love you anyways. I know that you're doing the best that you can with what you know how and what you believe. And I have faith at some point in your life, you're going to find that faith in yourself. And you're going to become another person who speaks up and really makes a difference in the world. Because I don't believe you're broken. I believe that you're whole. And you've just been put in the matrix, made to believe that you're broken. And even if that's an absolute fantasy, don't you love knowing that there is somebody in this world, at least one person, who believes in you anyways? Who chooses to, delusion or not? I certainly like that. Some of my favorite people are like that. Some of the most successful and helpful people in the world are like that. Look at Abraham Hicks. Look at Sadhguru. Look at Tony Robbins. How about Robin Williams, Will Smith, people like that, Lizzo, Dolly Parton? Because here's the deal. If you're not willing to help, because it might cost you your reputation, your money, or your own family connection, how are you any better than the CEOs that you decry? Or the abusers that you say are the cause of this world, or the men or the women or things like that, that you say are the reason that you are broken and you cannot help? How are you any different if you're not willing to put your feet in this water with me and have faith that we will be fine? All of us. I love you all. I don't know how this is going to go exactly, but I have faith that it's going to be fucking amazing. And I'm sending so much gratitude right now because I can actually feel that a lot of you, even if you disappear for a minute, are going to come in and help me. And that feels fucking great. I'm grateful for you either way. Whether this is a departure from our journey together, or it begins a closeness that we've never imagined having. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this beautiful, crazy, absurd, delicious life. Thank you to you watching. I wish for you every benevolent outcome possible and like infinite pleasant surprises throughout your life. I wish for you to feel whole and delighted in every bit of your story. Good, bad, ugly, light, shadow, all of it. Thank you for being born. Thank you for being you in whatever place or role or time you play. Not just in my story, but in everyone's. I love you. Really, really.